Fourth is Eddie Sinton. Navigates Corby Corner quite safely. But at the finish, it's Richard Britton who will take the race win. He holds the race record in the 600cc class around this Mid-Antrim circuit and a deserved winner in the second race of the day. So Richard Britton takes the checkered flag. Full championship points for him. Archibald is second and Joel Duncan takes third place. Richard Britton on the PJ O'Kane Yamaha, the first outing on a 600, and his old sparring partner Adrian Archibald, the runner-up.
No, you was leading it for the first lap or whatever, and then I just got good driver to this corner, got by Adrian, and then got in on Newell and done him on the brake. Well, actually, you shut off on the back road, and then he went up his ass. So I went out round the outside. Same I just kept that wee gap then from there on.
So Richard stretches that Regal Championship lead. What a start to his career with the O'Kane racing team. Adrian Archibald second, followed by Joel Duncan in third place. On we go, time now for the 250cc race, that class given feature status at the Mid-Antrim. And it's a quality lineup. Our Stephen is revving up to describe the action.
On the second row, bike 21, Stephen Thompson, and 33, Andy McLean. Dennis McCulloch is on the front row. And there's Richard Britton, another outing on a 250 for him as well. Gary Dines, 4 times the Irish 250cc champion, he's in pole position. So the riders watch for the lights. McCulloch is 2, Dines is 6. Look out for Andy McLean, bike 33. And McLean, 33's got a great start. And Andy McLean right up the middle of Gary Dines and Dennis McCulloch. And McLean hits the front at the hairpin. We're on board with Gary Dines. Oh, Barry Davison almost smashed into the back of Gary Dines. And Dines gets away from the rest of the riders now. But he's in third place because at the front, it's Andy McLean. The Coleraine rider, he's only been riding for 5 seasons. And this is a super start from McLean. Alexander's jump. McLean leads. And look at the advantage. Second place is Dennis McCulloch. Third looks like Richard Britton. And fourth is Gary Dines. So Gary Dines with a lot of work to do. He's the champion, remember. So Andy McLean, 1 win before in the 1998 season at Mid-Antrim. That was in the Support Championship. And today looking for his first Irish National Road Race win. Richard Britton's been elevated to second place and Dennis McCulloch's now third with Gary Dines fourth. So it's all change at the front of this 250 race. And there's the Crossing 250. It's not Robert Dunlop on board, it's his sponsor, Adrian Fagan. At Wades Mill, it's McLean, absolutely flying. The lap record held round this Mid-Antrim circuit in the 250 class is the one and only Joey Dunlop. And Andy McLean out to try and beat that. There's no doubt about it. This is an absolutely barnstorming performance by McLean. Richard Britton is still pushing hard in second place, and he is closing a little. Dennis McCulloch in third. At the chicane, second gear the whole way around this new loop chicane. Dennis McCulloch on bike 2. He hasn't finished yet either. And on to lap 9, I can tell you that Richard Britton has recorded the fastest lap of the race. And there you can see the outcome of that, because he's right on the tail now of Andy McLean. So McLean has a lot of work to do to try and hold off the challenge of Richard Britton. McCulloch still in third place. Dines is in fourth place. Ricky McCready, I can tell you, is in 5th, and Keith Shannon in 6th. McLean at Greg's. Richard Britton still there. Up into the start-finish area.
We're looking now for this dice for 5th position.
Andrew McLean,
I don't think I'm going to get that through yet.
the winner of the 1999 Manx Junior Newcomers race, with a big battle on his hands to try and hold off Richard Britton here, because into the hairpin on the last lap. Oh, McLean slams the nose in front of Britton. Oh, does he? Britton trying to sneak up the inside, but McLean on the throttle gets the better of Richard Britton. Both men urged on by their pit crews. Both squeeze in the air at Alexander. This would be a great scalp for Andy McLean, not only to beat Richard Britton, but to beat the men behind him, the experienced 250 men, Gary Dines and Dennis McCulloch, and I don't think there's any stopping Andy McLean now. Dennis McCulloch settling for a podium position, third at present. Behind him is Gary Dines, a winner a couple of times already this season, 6 times a winner at Mid-Antrim before, just off the pace a little today. At Dunport, 36 is Ricky McCready, he's in 5th, and Barry Davison's in 6th. On to the last lap they go. Richard Britton still hasn't given up, trying to catch Andy McLean in front of him. Dennis McCulloch still in 3rd. Accelerates away towards Wades Mill. And Gary Dines, not one of his better performances today, but having a pretty successful season. McCready and Davison having their own private battle. Oh, Davison's down. Well, Barry Davison slides off there at Corby Corner. No damage done. 2nd gear. At the front, McLean. Then it's Britton. And Andy McLean can sense victory now. There's only about one more place to pass, and Richard Britton's not close enough. So Andy McLean, who started his racing career 5 years ago, will win his first Irish National Road Race. He'll take the honours in the 250 class here at the Mid-Antrim. A brilliant, brilliant race win for Andy McLean. Richard Britton 2nd, and the crowd shows its appreciation. Dennis McCulloch, 3rd place for him. And Gary Dines just misses out on the podium. He is 4th, with Ricky McCready 5th and Keith Shannon 6th. But it's a day to remember for young Andrew McLean.
It's my first national one anyway.
And you led from start to finish?
Well, just about, because I made the wrong choice of tyres and just started to spin and stuff near the end there. So it was just lucky enough to get the line.
Victory then for Andrew McLean, and that's quite a performance. Richard Britton on the Sandown Honda really put on the pressure to get 2nd place. 3rd by some distance was Dennis McCulloch. 4th, Gary Dines. Ricky McCready 5th. Keith Shannon 6th. Now there's a relaxed young man, the talented Dennis McCulloch, ready for the Super Kings 125cc race. Gary Dines and Mark Curtin, specialist on the small machines, but so much attention on this man, Robert Dunlop on the Crossan Honda. Let's get back to Stephen.
It's an emotional return to racing for Robert Dunlop, competing today on his brother Joey's home circuit. The 125s are ready. On the front row, it's Gary Dines, bike 6, and Mark Curtin, bike 10, and they're away. But just look at the machine, number 4, it's Robert Dunlop. Robert Dunlop with an absolutely flying start, and Dunlop squeezes past Nigel Moore, tries to get round Dennis McCulloch, and he's up to 3rd place. What a start by Dunlop. This could be the race of the day. The 2nd waves away as well. Leading it, it's Ricky McCready. Ricky McCready, who started his racing career on an ex-Joey Dunlop 125cc Honda, and turning into a confident rider. At Alexander's, oh, they're 3 abreast, over 100 miles an hour into this jump. It's McCulloch who leads, and Dunlop's up to 2nd. Robert Dunlop's in 2nd place now, with Mark Curtin in 3rd. On to Fenton's corner, flat out on a 125. McCulloch, Dunlop, Curtin, then it's Moore, then Dines. That's your race order. Into Dunport, McCulloch leads, Dunlop, Curtin, and Gary Dines makes a challenge. Look at bike 6 there. So Gary Dines up to 4th place. He gets past Nigel Moore. Down through the avenue of trees. Into Corby Corner. Dennis McCulloch still leads. Robert Dunlop tucked right behind him. 3rd place is still Curtin, and Gary Dines is right there as well. Closest race of the day, no doubt about that. Wades Mill. Oh, this is faster than 125, and Robert Dunlop hits the front. Dunlop's in front of McCulloch. So Robbie Dunlop, 10 times a winner before at the Mid-Antrim, looking for his 11th win in his racing career. At Wades, Dunlop, McCulloch, Curtin. No margin for error on a 1-2-5. Into the loop. And this will produce a big cheer. Robert Dunlop has hit the front of the 1-2-5 race. Fenton's corner on lap 2. Oh, this is quick. They're all safely through. And Robert Dunlop and Dennis McCulloch do battle as they have so many times already in their racing careers. But look at Dines again. Dines is up to 3rd place now, so he really is on the charge. Gary Dines trying to close in on the 2 men in front of him, Dennis McCulloch and Robbie Dunlop. At Corby, Dunlop still leads. Or does he? Oh, McCulloch gets the better line into Corby, and McCulloch hits the front of the 1-2-5cc race. But look at Dunlop. Dunlop tries to get back outside him. These 2 men side by side between the hedges. This is pure road racing. And look at Dunlop. At Greggs, he's back in front. Top gear on a 1-2-5, 140, 150 miles an hour. Perhaps Gary Dines isn't finished yet. He is definitely closing the gap on Robert Dunlop and Dennis McCulloch. Yes, look at Gary Dines. Gary Dines is right there on lap 3. Well, these 3 men have had some very close races over every circuit in Ireland, and they're doing it again today on the Mid-Antrim. Dunlop on the Cross and Honda, followed by McCulloch. Then it's Dines on the Royal Hotel bike. At Alexander's, Robbie Dunlop, winner of the British 1-2-5cc Championship back in 1991 on a 1-2-5. Nearly 10 years on, he's still competing at the very top level. Dunlop, McCulloch, and look at Dines. Oh, Gary Dines thought about passing McCulloch there. That would have been an audacious move by Dines. So it's Dunlop at the chicane, then McCulloch, and then Dines. On to lap 4. And Gary Dines has just recorded the quickest lap of the race so far. That's allowed him to catch Dunlop and McCulloch. Looks around, he can only see Mark Curtin behind him, and Gary Dines, who's looking for his 7th win on the Mid-Antrim circuit, is into 2nd place because he's gone past McCulloch. Well, Dines came from a long way back. He's now in 2nd, and this is a quite brilliant performance by Gary Dines. Dunlop looked behind him. He can see Dines. But surely Dines can't take the lead of this race. Well, he's going to give it everything, and he will, because Gary Dines on bike number 6 gets past Robert Dunlop. An unbelievable performance by one of the country's best road racers, and Gary Dines in an incredible scrap with 2 of his old mates. Dines leads Dunlop, who leads McCulloch. This is a cracking race. The 1-2-5s always produce some of the best competitive racing in the sport, and they haven't let us down today. Dines, Dunlop and McCulloch. Out the loop, and now up towards the hairpin. They get up to about 60 miles an hour here, then down to 1st gear. Robert Dunlop. You can see the determination from Robbie Dunlop. Looking back down the track, Mark Curtin. Oh, there's a man down, that's Nigel Moore. Nigel Moore slides off at the hairpin. Well, if you're going to fall anywhere, that's the place to do it. On to lap 7. Dennis McCulloch's now up to 2nd place because he gets in front of Robert Dunlop. So your 1-2-3 is Dines, McCulloch, Dunlop. These 3 men producing a road racing masterclass. And Dunlop's back in front of McCulloch, so Dunlop now in 2nd place. Gary Dines leads with McCulloch in 3rd place, but McCulloch is really squeezing on the power now. And Dennis McCulloch hits the front of this 1-2-5cc race. He goes from 3rd to 1st. Dunlop's in 2nd. He tries to get back in front of him. They're at Greggs House, and Robbie Dunlop with a brilliant passing move is back in the lead of the 1-2-5s. Gary Dines in 3rd. He doesn't know what's hit him. On to the last lap. This is an incredible race, an incredible road race at the Mid-Antrim. Robert Dunlop is just 1 lap away from what will be a sensational return to racing. Just rests his left hand. He gets pins and needles there as he has to operate a front thumb brake. In the 2nd wave, Alan Pagan leads an uncorrected time. He's actually up to 5th place in the overall race. Ricky McCready's down at about 7th at the moment. At Fenton's, Robert Dunlop still in front of Dennis McCulloch. Gary Dines third, but this will be a duel right to the end. As the back markers come into view, will they play a part in the outcome of this race? McCulloch is half a wheel away from Robert Dunlop. Gary Dines is sticking to them like glue. At Corby, Dunlop gets past the back marker, but look, McCulloch and Dines have got caught. This could be a crucial moment in the race. Dunlop looks behind him and he knows he's got a big advantage. He knows if he can squeeze on the power now, he can stay ahead of these two men, and yes, he's got a big advantage. So Robert Dunlop surely on his way to a race win. He's fourth in the all-time list of winners. Joey Dunlop, his brother, heads that leaderboard along with Ray McCulloch with 15. Brian Reed's got 14, and this will be Robert Dunlop's 11th win. But just over 4 weeks since the death of his brother, this will be an emotional win for Robert Dunlop. The crowd will go absolutely mad. There will be tears of joy and elation because Robert Dunlop takes the checkered flag. There's no more popular winner. A triumphant return for Robert Dunlop, and that one was undoubtedly for Joey. Dennis McCulloch takes second, Gary Dines third, Mark Curtin fourth, but Dunlop is the winner.
You know, I knew it's very difficult to pass because the conditions very slippery. So then I just got a back mark and then I got another one. I looked back and right.
I don't think I've ever seen you celebrate a race win like that before.
It's a long time coming, Stephen. Long time.
How much does that race win mean to you personally today?
That means a lot, you know. I'd like to talk about it too much.
I'm sure your brother would have been proud of you.
Yeah. That's nice.
It was nice, and what a popular win that was, how it lifted spirits at the meeting. And for Robert Dunlop, something to celebrate after a month of anguish. A great race at the front, 3 riders at the top of their form. Second place, Dennis McCulloch. In third, it was Gary Dines. The feature race is the Clough Glasgow Rangers Supporters Club Mid-Antrim 150, incorporating another round of the Lambert and Butler Challenge. Archibald leading, followed by Richard Britton. Here's Stephen.
Richard Britton on to the last lap, trying to catch Adrian Archibald, the Lambert and Butler Championship leader and last year's winner, of course. Yule Duncan, bike 4, followed by Gary Dines, and 2 is Dennis McCulloch. So Dines and McCulloch back out on their 250s, and they're in front of James Courtney on bike 51. So McCulloch and Dines, after that 125cc race, decided to have another duel on the 250s. Half a lap to go for Adrian Archibald on the Dowd Honda. A winner at Cookstown, a winner at Tandragee and at Dundrod. He's going to take his second race win of the day here at the Mid-Antrim to take his tally of wins to 6. Richard Britton will settle for second place. These two men dominating the sport this season, because you have to look away back to find the third place man. And it looks like Yule Duncan over Alexander's. Dines, McCulloch and Courtney all battling for the minor honours. Archibald, 130 miles an hour around that section of the course. Now Richard Britton on the PJ O'Kane bike. And Duncan in a safe third. And look at Dines and McCulloch. They love their road racing, don't they? Dines is now in front of Dennis McCulloch. But at the front, Adrian Archibald is on his way to race win number 2 of the day. 4 wins last year, a double today at the Mid-Antrim. And Adrian Archibald, the Ballymoney rider, with an excellent performance, just the chicane to go through, and Archibald with another victory. Looks behind him, there's no one in sight but a back marker. Richard Britton takes second place. Good day's racing for him as well. And nice to see Yule Duncan, one of our most promising riders, on the podium. And a good end of the day for Yule Duncan, the Donegal man, in third place.
Clough loop for the last time, and it's Yule Duncan from
Dennis McCulloch is fourth and Gary Dines fifth.
So the day finishing up there with the second winner.
I really needed those 2 wins in the Lambert and Butler today, so I'm well pleased with those.
So you go home a happy man tonight?
Yeah, 2 first and a second, I can't complain.
And have you made a point to the man beside you?
Yeah, well, Richard got me today on the Regal, so he rode well.
The big bike, I've only just got it, so there's a bit more improvement to be done to it yet. Like, it's still taking well fits wobbling and wheeling, so we're going to have to try and get it tamed a wee bit.
Nothing to do with the rider, that?
Well, maybe a wee bit too.
They are always very close, are they not? The winner then of the Mid-Antrim 150, Adrian Archibald on the 900 Dowd Honda, followed by who else in second place? His great mate Richard Britton, followed by Yule Duncan in third. Fourth was Dennis McCulloch. In fifth place, Gary Dines. McCulloch and Dines both on 250s. In sixth place, James Courtney. As the crowds melt away, ironically, the sun makes a watery but welcome arrival. A day of incident, certainly, and a day when Robert Dunlop exorcised some of the demons he must have experienced. Next stop, it's Carador, so join us next week for some more superbike action. From Clough, it's goodbye.